had a show recently, and it was the biggest show I've ever done. It was funny because I was backstage with actually another guy that was on my set. We were backstage, and he was just like, "Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?" I said, "Born." That's all I said. Like, I didn't say anything else. I was just like, "Born." When I said that, it was like an affirmation of just like, "You're ready." And I've never said that before out of all the performances I've ever done. So it was so weird that I said that. I was like, whoa, did I just say that? It was crazy.
In the midst of loneliness, I found words to fill the void of silence. Like the scratching with pen on paper made me feel a sense of comfort. And somehow it made me feel like I wasn't alone. And it gave me strength to live again. So,
I'll start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning. So my full name is Henry Ajay Frimpong, but I changed my name to Henry Scheherazade Kioya Kamehameha Amwa. But my stage name is Kioya Amwa. At first, I wanted to change it because I felt like I didn't have my own identity, and I really, even within my family, like I just feel like I'm like the black sheep of my family. And quite literally, like I'm the darkest skin, I'm the only one that can sing, like I'm very like different, and I stand out. And so I wanted to change my name to kind of symbolize just basically being a solid individual and my own kind of solid person. Okay, so the first song I did was called Tippy Toe Rhapsody. And Tippy Toe Rhapsody is a song on my upcoming project, and it's basically about, like, I used to get teased a lot as a kid because I was very like outspoken and very kind and soft natured and all that stuff, and so I used to get teased a lot for like being like gay or being feminine or whatever. So Tippy Toe Rhapsody is kind of like a play on my childhood of being called like all those names. Basically in the song I make reference to my other songs as if they were like male love interests, but they're actually my songs in like human form, and yeah, it's basically about like how I'm not where I want to be, like my like superstardom, but I'm fine with being like on my tippy toes. I'm fine with being like where I am right now and accepting that. And yeah,
I'm gonna be accompanied for the song by two of my lovely friends, Maze and Kioya.
Okay, so my full name is Talisha Simone Morris.
Y'all can walk a little faster.
And then my artist name is just my middle name, so it's Simone. Nice and simple. I'm very versatile, so sometimes it might be R&B, soul. Sometimes you might get a little dancehall, you might get a little trap, you might get a little soca. I like to switch it up just so that I'm not put in a box. As an artist, they like to put you in a box and say, okay, she's just a rapper, she's just a singer, or he's just a calypso artist. I'm all types of artists in one. Growing up in hood or in a community where there's a lot of crime, either by gun violence or whatever type of negative energy, I was also surrounded by a very toxic relationship. And within that relationship, I lost myself, I lost my music, I lost who I was as an individual. And fall is just me basically letting that person know that all of his other demons that he had coming towards me, they also consumed me. So being in a relationship with somebody, it's not just you anymore, it's the both of you. And whatever demons that person is carrying, if they bring that into a relationship, now you're both carrying it. So that's why fall basically to me is just me falling for somebody, but telling them at the same time, I can't fly.
So my full name is Miguel Fernandez Emerald. My artist name is Frost, and I'm a rapper, singer, and sound engineer. It was just like a nickname that my friends gave me. I used to be Little Frost, and then when I like grew up, it just switched into Frost. Shine was basically about like struggles, like making sure that you always like, you know that like during bad times, like it's always gonna get better. So what goes up must always come down. Like when you're in a good place in your life, just know that things can still go bad. So don't like distance yourself from people that you love. So you know what I mean? Know that there's always ups and downs. Shining is just being like the best version of yourself. Like being like doing anything you can in your power to like break through the nerves and just doing what you actually want to do, like showing your true self. That's my definition of shine.
My full name is Danielle Reeves. My artist name is IP the Poet. I classify myself as a poet, but I do a little bit of music and a little bit of singing. But that's what I do. I seek to inspire people and kind of bring also poetry to the forefront as an art form that's not really, I guess, as big as singing and as big as rapping, and trying to bring poetry up there. IP stands for inverted perception. So it means simple concepts, complex thoughts. So it's about taking simple things like a breakup or even an orange and then making a metaphor out of that. So an orange has multiple layers. Yes, it has a hard shell, but inside it's actually mushy and soft. So that's what I do. I invert people's perception. The final song is Seasons, and it says like people come and people go, seasons change and seasons flow. And it's just literally people are in your life for a reason, and people are like in your life for a season. And I think one of my turning points is I came off social media, and I went on this journey of trying to figure out who I am, and I lost a lot of people. And I took it as I took it really hard because it was people who I thought were significant in my life, people who I thought would be in my life forever. And it reminded me that like that person was in my life to teach me what they taught me. That person was in my life to either show something to me, reveal something to me within myself, and them leaving isn't necessarily a bad thing, but once again, it's a turning point.
I think a turning point is when you wake up and you realize that it's now or never. And that actually happened to me like with the whole anxiety thing. Like it was really bad to the point where like I didn't even know if I was gonna like live to like the next year. So I was like, if I don't do this now, it's like, you know what I mean? Like I might not ever get to do it. So
It's like aging, but it's more of you're putting yourself in the position to be where you need to be, and not just where you feel like you are or where you're stuck at. For me, my turning point is just me moving out of the hood, I guess you could say, and getting a nice house for my mom and my entire family, and just having like a nice secluded house somewhere in the woods with all my family surrounding me.
what the heck, I'm just gonna do it, you know what I mean? Like just live it down. But yeah, it's like you don't know how long you're gonna live, so like you might as well do what you want to do right now instead of just standing back and be like, yo, 5 years I'm gonna do this, or 10 years I'm gonna do this, because that's like what all of my family did. It's always like, yeah, one day when I win the lottery, but I'm trying to like earn the lottery basically. I'm trying to work for it. So UrbanArts is like a home where you just feel like welcome. Even if you're not good at something, like they teach you how to do it, like playing the piano, playing the guitar, singing, engineering, producing. Like they'll teach you without being like, yo, I can't get this much money from you. Like it's just like, it's all, everyone there is just family. So,
I feel like there's a certain like serenity that falls within your spirit and within your soul that lets you know like no matter what is going on and no matter what's happening in your life, like you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I think having the turning point of that knowledge of like, you know what, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Whether the situation is bad or good, like you need to be there in order to grow. I've gone through so many moments where I thought they were turning points, where I thought like, oh, okay, this is it. Like this is the moment of like the turning point, or this is the moment of like, now I'm supposed to feel a certain way. But then you end that scenario ends, and it's like, why do I still feel the same way?
I would say my turning point is when I chose to live. And I actually have a song like that. It goes, this is the life that I'm trying to live. I'm trying to fight life with the same boldness that it fights me with. So struggling with depression, attempted suicide at the age of 16, attempted suicide again at the age of 18, going through those, dealing with low self-esteem, breakups, being cheated on, being treated as if I was less than, not knowing my worth, not knowing my value, and being so wrapped up in self-pity and loving self-pity and loving being sad, addicted to it actually.
like it's just wake up and smell the coffee. Like this is now or never. Like there's so many situations, and we get comfortable. Like when we start moving a little bit, we're like, oh yeah, we're doing good. And then something has to come into your life and be like, okay, it's time to step it up.
You reach reach that point where you have to make the conscious decision to fight life with the same boldness it fights you with, because it's not gonna, there's no timeouts. There's no, okay, life, just take a moment, let me breathe. No, there's none of that. So that turning point was when I shifted my mindset. And when I started writing, I started doing poetry. I'm no longer writing for myself, but I'm writing for every other person who is depressed and feel like they can't get out of it. I don't think I would be alive without poetry. I don't think I would be here. I wouldn't do anything. I'd be dead, because poetry saved my life.
Honestly, for any artist that feels like giving up on their craft or that they're not good enough, you're always good enough. There's nothing that you've been given, a talent that you've been given, that should be taken away either by yourself or other people discrediting you. Me, through my music, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about others. Not everybody is going to be into your craft. Not everybody is going to have the same connection to your craft, but there is going to be that one person that needs your craft because they probably don't know how to express themselves and they don't know where to find themselves. And you being able to step forward and shine that light basically shows them that they can continue to pursue what they want to do as well.
I remind myself while I'm doing it, why am I doing this? Like, why are you going up there, Jamil? Why are you going up there? Why are you going up there? It's like, for them. Okay, why are you going up there? For them. Why are you doing this? For them. For somebody to hear my story, for someone to relate, for someone to be inspired. That's why I do this.
I feel like your art needs to be connected to you. Once it's connected to you and you feel it, it gives it more depth and more empathy. So when other people hear it, they feel your pain, your anger, your happiness. It's always good to make sure that whatever you're feeling in that moment when you created your piece, no matter what it be, that somebody else can look at it and feel how you felt in that very moment.
First time I was on stage as a poet, I believe I was like 2014. Don't even know how old I was. 2014. But I did like a little talent show at church, and the first poem was me talking about suicide, which is interesting because I don't really have that personality where people would think that I would suffer from depression or even like suicidal thoughts. And to see, there was one girl who came up after my performance, and she looked at me and she said, "Thank you. Thank you for being," I'm gonna get emotional. She said, "Thank you for telling your story." And it reminded me that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to tell my story to let somebody know out there that they're not alone, that they can fight, that they can make it through, that they can follow their dreams and do what they aspire to do. That's why I do what I do.
Hey. Shout out to Nama.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to UrbanArts.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Shout out to my dad. I love you, Pops. You already know how it goes on that side.
Yo, catch this angle over here, yo. It's UrbanArts. It's a regular routine. You see
The light is so bad. Wait, I'm gonna have to put here.
routine.
Oh yeah, shout out to my boyfriend.
Everybody else, shout out, man. Regular routine. You see UrbanArts. You don't know what it is, man. It's like East Side, West Side thing. You don't know already. You see the gang. You see Frances. You see him. You see Emma. You're on camera. You're on camera. You're on camera. Live camera time.